You went to IU. Yeah, there's not a lot of people that says forget about school. For about school, because you think that it really is. Tell me why. If you're gonna have a business, if you don't understand accounting, you're the behind the or you hire a guy that knows, but they still have to communicate to you, right? I mean, there's people that understand the concept of the difference between profits and costs. Oh, your accountant may tell you you're profitable, but your costs going down. Not understanding a breakdown, and when you don't, I think you need a college to learn that. I think you do, right? Because for some people, if you're so self-motivated that you can take an online course in accounting and teach yourself, I think you're gonna begin it anyways. But some people aren't. I'm not saying you have to go engineer. I'm not saying you go to expensive course. Okay, you go to community college and take accounting, spend 99 bucks. Just spending the money forces you to do more obligated to do it. Accounting, finance, lessons than in marketing, sales, school, or first that, these are all the language of business. It's why it's impossible to teach yourself these things and why it's impossible to hire them. You're starting your own company, you don't have one in-house money, you hire an accountant. And so your costs are already up a business, perhaps even more important, or that has blockchain tackling, that's why you're a business. The things learning in there, well, more than anything else, I learn how to learn. And learning to become more important to me because uncertainty in business is always going to be changing. You're not always learning to this minute. If not continuously learning, if I'm just absorbing as much as can absorb, someone else is going to kick me ass. Rest of my paranoia. This source of your paranoia should be knowledge. Someone else know more than you do. Even if you're learning, if you don't know how to learn, if you don't have the thirst for learning and acquiring information, you're SOL. The people like to say, the only stupid questions are the wrong one to ask them is right. Because the questions you ask them, tell me more about you, anything else you could do. Because you will tell you about tell me about your preparation. Is so if you ask me about these basic things you have to know and you don't have down to science, that's going to require you almost more than anything. You think there's need to be a healthy level of paranoia? Absolutely needs to be. Oh yeah. I mean, I always say, for everyone in business, I said, what do you do to keep me on ask? Right, whatever business you do have, there's someone putting to trying to get a bite out of your business, and it's better to you for you to figure out how you're going to do it rather than do it. So yes, that being paranoid. So you have to be paranoid. You have to anticipate other people's next moves. You can't ever downplay the competition. I was at business line competition this morning at college and the work I business business competition and so you can never do that. Do that out, you're trying to take it out and then now just gonna sit still. And if you're good, really good, you will inspire them to work even harder, faster, better. So you have to be, very self-aware of that. You good at and what people are good at. Healthy does the paranoia as a bit. It's very helpful. If you're not always learning to this minute, if you're not continuously learning, not just absorbing as much as I can absorb, someone else is going to keep me ask. The greatest source of your paranoia should be knowledge. If someone else more than you do, if you're not learning, if you don't know, you don't know how to learn, you don't have the thought for learning, acquire information, you as well. This one else know how to change the chamber stream, right? So this one else, that they call for, they have muscle memory and discipline. The Nowitzki may not be the more talented guy in the NBA, but his discipline is focused on what is necessary to be in combines form being skilled, it makes him an amazing basketball player. So it's understanding what you gives it is finding the right place, use those skills and then going for it. It will make you $200,000 if you write it would say whatever it is you pick. If you out everybody, if you try to believe smarter everybody, if you better sales person everybody, if you actually better prepare everybody, you have a better chance because you don't do it and somebody else does. I have a saying, work like something trying to take all away from you. You don't work actually spending 24 hours working the efforts take it all away. And that's kind of why I look at who you say the number one reason people fail. Not necessarily will make it, or the complete opposite. Lack of plans, lack of effort. Lack of plans, lack of effort. Yeah, they don't do the work, they don't learn. When you work in a room and you step by step, you start to like, but someday you end up in fact with no competition. If they're not going to be seen, it means somebody else no more we can after you get started. And if you are working into a productive environments and still know more about better than you do and more about your customer, you're going to lose. But most people don't consider that. They don't do work. They don't learn anything more about the industry. They don't even know about the business. I mean, and so for they put the effort to know more about your industry than anybody else. And that's the brand's part. And it's also there's an effort as well because you look, if you're working with me, you better know what you're doing. Otherwise, I'm gonna kick your ass. You're not going to do with me. And so the combination is usually what keeps all your more than anything. But my dad was always like, if you want something, if you have to earn it. And to his credit, he never said, no, you can't do that. So then when we were selling garbage and crab stamp, whatever it was, he never had me back. The thing that was important as anything. And there's something as being young and trying to think you should never, you don't know any better, or you learn. And if you feel it doesn't matter, so the word 9, 10, 12, 16, 21, the values were irrelevant. If you know whether nice trying to sing, then 21, then 2, then 4, I'm sitting on a couch. I have a crowd with the horn of a barber, I'm living like bum and like student. And it's what they have to lose. Or that influence, that's what they think upon anything, and that's what's like, go for it. No, why not? What have you got to lose? Yeah, so I think like just like if you putting a head interview them, okay, you within 10 minutes if you say this dude is not gonna make it as a Jupiter. Yeah, I mean I can tell typically I can tell by their passion, I can tell by their focus, I can tell by their passion. There's a whole real things person here, here's his person you're in and here are 1,000 things that influence whether or not you're gonna be successful. Through my experience business, I can put myself in his position and say, okay, here 900 or 1,000 things he had to be aware of, and then go through and ask, and how many of those are issues they have been able to address already. It kind of gives me a sense of how hard I'm willing to work, And I can tell by the questions that they ask me, so what I have to do, okay, what do you want to know? But I'm curious, if you and I were in high school, we were 14 years old, 15 years old, we know each other. It would be better you being who you are today. No chance, really? No chance, tell me why. I mean, I had my good friends and, we hung out and it was a hustler. There's no question, it was a hustler. Even in high school, oh yeah, it was in a big way. But I think people saw it. It mean it was a lot of people looking at me, always listening to see it. So in high school, you were a funny guy where you always yeah that made me laugh. No, I was always competitive, was so into sport, not always accredited. I was just decent, wasn't a technology guy. I mean, I wanted to learning. I was a business guy. I was a guy reading about business all the time, reading business book all the time. Going to journey of achievement. I was doing achievement Greek. Why would you read business books? Because one is that doesn't mean it wasn't quite that way. That's the first business I would throw. I was buying, selling baseballs, cars, buying, selling stamps, and anything you could do to make money. It was hustling, trying to do so it was. The business but not so much worth. It was all my friends went with me, so I wouldn't know. Do you think there's proven formula that if your brand rookie guy, he's got a lot of business disrupt, not as how to. I think he follows the formula, he's guaranteed to make it as a junior. No, do you believe in guaranteed to make it? No, because who knows you're going to be continuing with two people both following the same formula, following the same industry, right? Which one is maybe the important way both is be successful, but so I don't think there's default template for success, but I think there's things that you can to do to put yourself in the best position to succeed. Okay, so I think that is the end of my speaking today. Although it was really hard at the beginning, it's been really fast at the beginning. At my just my first time or my second time, maybe my third time, I'm really confused and feel like maybe I'm gonna give up. when I keep going, and this is the 13th or the 14th times, I feel like it's not that hard. I can catch up his speed of speaking. And okay, if I try to improve myself more now, I think I can achieve the thing that I want in the future, like improve my speaking skill, writing skill, listening skill, and especially speaking skill, but all listening skill, reading skill, writing skill, and especially speaking skill. Okay, so I think that is the end of my speaking today. Okay, so I think that is the end.